Welcome to All Things ETH. My name is Aaron, and on this channel we talk all things Ethereum. We talk about projects, we talk about NFTs, we talk about play to earn, and we talk about price. Now, this is not financial information or advice. I do this for entertainment purposes only and to educate you on all things Ethereum. So let's get started. Today's episode is all about Ethereum itself. I want to tell people what Ethereum is. I don't know if enough people are educated in the actual goings on of the Ethereum network. What's Ether? What are smart contracts? All these words that are thrown around, NFTs, all these things. And I just want to get some definitions behind these things so that people can tell each other, you know, what Ethereum is and know what they're investing in if they decide to do so, what they're using it for, if they're you know, swapping tokens with the Ethereum, if they're doing play to earn with Ethereum, if they're buying NFTs with Ethereum, what it's actually doing, and so that they can have a little more confidence in their investment in the Ethereum network. Now, let me get into my screen here. I'm at ethereum.org. You can go there anytime and do your own research. There's a lot of information here. You know, getting started with Ethereum, pick a wallet, get some ETH, use a dApp, start building. These are all things that I'll be talking about a little bit here. But, you know, what is Ethereum? Ethereum is a blockchain network similar to that of Bitcoin. And but the cool thing about it is it's got a lot more use or utility involved. So what it has that's different from Bitcoin is this protocol called smart contracts. And what smart contracts are is a way to interact between people with a contract, with terms of a contract, and without some central authority, meaning you don't need a lawyer per se to you know, look at this contract and make sure it looks right, or a governing authority to give their sign off on something. Like, say you were transacting with your bank. You know, your bank needs sign off to take in your money to hold it in your bank account. Well, this is blockchain in general. You know, cryptocurrency. This is the new way of doing finance. And you don't need a central authority to transfer Ethereum from one, you know, place in the middle of Iowa like myself to all the way around the world in, you know, say Japan or Singapore or wherever you want to send it. And usually with Ethereum, you can do that a lot faster than you would with your bank. You can do it for cheaper, although right now gas fees are super high. And I will have another episode coming up shortly about gas fees in general. And I'll talk about gas fees in just a second here. But all the things that you could do in finance, you can do in smart contracts. You can you know, exchange tokens for other tokens, just like you could do a currency exchange with your bank. Or you can you know, create loans. You can create places to store your cryptocurrency and actually make interest on top of that using a digital application built on Ethereum called Compound. You can do crop insurance. You can do all, you know, really, if you wanted to, you could do, you know, insurance on your house. These sort of things are starting to become new applications for the Ethereum network with the smart contracts in mind. And just want to go to Investopedia.com and just real quick, just so anybody is who's still scratching their head going, what is a smart contract? Well, let's read the definition. A smart contract is a self-executing contract, meaning it doesn't need any executors, right? With the terms of the agreement between buyer and seller directly written into lines of code. The code in the agreement contained therein exists across a distributed decentralized blockchain. The code controls the execution, and the transactions are trackable and irreversible. So, yeah, two things to know right out of the gate, especially if you're getting into the world of cryptocurrency. Everything's trackable. Now, your name and, you know, your personal information is not likely, unless unless you want it to be, is not trackable on the blockchain. However, all transactions are trackable on the blockchain. And that's really across all blockchains. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, and we have, Cardano, these sorts of different blockchains all are trackable because of this public blockchain. And they're irreversible. So one thing to be super careful about is when transferring your ETH to another wallet or to an exchange, you want to make sure that you're typing in the right address, because if you do that incorrectly, you can actually lose your ETH. In fact, I did a video on that not too long ago. Go check that out. So smart contracts permit trusted transactions and agreements to be carried out among disparate anonymous parties without the need of a central authority, legal system, or external enforcement mechanism. This is really changing the world of finance because it's crossing borders, it's crossing over governmental systems. It interacts without the need for those things, and we're seeing more and more adoption of this, especially in Venezuela, where things are just a little out of control as far as government and monetary policy, and places like China are starting to see this get banned at some points. There's some information about that on the internet. You can go Google that if you want, but in general, the blockchain is here to stay, and it is the wave of the future. It's the internet of 2020, if you will. Like the internet was in 2000, came to its own in the e-commerce boom of the 2000s. Well, right now is the boom, especially of Ethereum. And you can see that in the price, you can see it in the usage, you can see it in the burn rate, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But all right, so how do you get Ethereum? How do you invest? How do you purchase Ethereum? Well, there's a lot of ways to do it. There are a lot of different places to do it, but I recommend going over to Coinbase. Coinbase, if you're in the States, you can have some trust in it because it's on the New York Stock Exchange. It's a publicly traded company that does kind of go a little bit against the ethos of the blockchain in general, as it is a central authority, if you will. But as you'll see, and as you get to use it, I feel like Coinbase in particular has the best interface. It has the most coins available. There are others like Binance.us if you're in the States, Binance anywhere else. if you can get on, if you're in a country that you can use Binance, I haven't used it myself, but I know it has a lot of coins, probably more coins than Coinbase. But Coinbase has all the major coins, a lot of miscellaneous projects are available there if you want to get into some really niche investments, or into want to support projects that are doing some awesome new things in the cryptoverse. Head over to Coinbase. If you sign up, see on here it says $5 for free. Well, if you use my link below, we both get $10. So that would be awesome. By the way, if you find this information useful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel, All Things Ethereum or All Things ETH. I'd really appreciate it, and make sure to hit the bell when you subscribe so that you can see more information just like this on a weekly basis. I try to post about twice a week, if not more. So anyway, so how do you use Ethereum? Once you've purchased Ethereum, you can go in here, you can buy directly, from a credit card or your bank account, buy some Ethereum right here. We're looking at close to all-time highs right now at $3,900 for one Ethereum. But the cool thing about Ethereum is you'll find that one Ethereum is a lot of cash. Obviously, I mean, $4,000 is a lot of money, and a lot of the times when you're using it, you're using fractions of Ethereum, and the fractions of Ethereum are called Gwei. It's just a term, just like Bitcoin has Satoshis. These are not you're not going to find something that's denominated on one Ethereum. You're going to find it denominated on 0.1 or 0.01 or these sorts of denominations typically. I mean, definitely in the NFT space right now, you're looking at prices in the hundreds of ETH, which is nuts for some of these digital assets. But for the most part, most transactions are going to be less than 1 ETH. So you're not going to drop $4,000 every time you spend, although you absolutely could. So what do you do with it? Let's pull up ultrasound.money here. This is one of my favorite sites to just kind of see what's going on, what the trends are in Ethereum. That's ultrasound.money, and a couple things it lets you know about. So Ethereum, the primary use case for the coin or Ether is to use it as gas. Like, think of your car needs gas. You're putting it into the mechanism that you're using to get from point A to point B. So if you're trading coins, you're on the Ethereum network, you're going to be burning a little bit of Ethereum with each transaction, and that's called the gas fee. The gas fee right now is insanely high. That has to do a lot about the infrastructure of the current layer 1 of Ethereum right now. Ethereum is primarily mined to create new blocks, and the blocks that are created by the miners get a coin for transacting for creating. They get block rewards, is what they call them, for the creating of new blocks to secure the network, to give the developers more addresses to write, or more blocks to write these new contracts on top of, and to keep the public record secure. So right now we're in this proof of work concept of the Ethereum network. Sometime in the next year, hopefully, between as early as December and as late as mid next year, Ethereum will be changing its creation concept or method of governance into proof of stake. So proof of stake is going to be changing the Ethereum network into Ethereum 2.0, which currently you don't get a lot of transactions on the Ethereum network. I mean, I think it's something, off the top of my head, I can't remember, but I think it's something like 30 per second can be transacted through, like transactions can be made through Ethereum. Well, when Ethereum 2.0 drops, it'll be 10,000. And so we're seeing sort of these growing pain, high gas fees, lots of people trying to push transactions through, and it's clogging up the network right now. And then, but thankfully there's some new things, layer 2 side chains, and then this Ether 2.0 that's going to change the way, and is already changing the way people interact with the blockchain, with Ethereum in particular. So recently, back in just last month, about a month ago exactly, Ethereum had a new protocol put into place, an improvement protocol called EIP 1559, or Ethereum Improvement Protocol, or Proposal 1559, which created this new mechanism of burning Ethereum with each time that it's transacted. So each time a contract is initiated and or closed, a portion goes to the miners, a portion may go to the stakers eventually when it goes to Ethereum 2.0, and then a portion is burnt. And ultrasound.money is actually calculating the burn rate. And guys, we're just over 30 days out. In fact, we might even be like exactly 30 days out from the EIP 1559 launch, which was phenomenally smooth, by the way. Really excited to see the strength and the security and the relatively no downtime of the network because of decentralization. Well, we've burned 185,000 Ethereum in the last 30 days, and I don't know if anybody could have predicted how many we'd be burning. I mean, just in the last 24 hours, we've burned, oh my gosh, this grows every single day. I track this at least twice a week for these videos, and last time I looked, it was about 8 ETH per minute. 9 ETH. That's, what is that? 9 times 4, that's $36,000 are being burned every minute of the Ethereum network. So the cool thing about that, from an investment perspective in particular, is that once ETH 2.0 comes out, less Ethereum are going to be created or minted per day than will be burned. And we'll actually see a deflationary asset just like Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has a minimum amount that it's going to be able to be mined. So at some point, the miners will have to shut down because the last Bitcoin will be mined, and we're going to start seeing the price just, who knows? I mean, it could go out of control because everybody will be clamoring for them, or similar to gold. I mean, gold is a finite asset. We're still mining gold. We could still find some in the world, but for the most part, it's scarce and holds a store of value. So Bitcoin is primarily used as a store of value, where Ether or Ethereum I would equate more to like the natural resource, petroleum. So we're creating new ETH. We're using it as a part of the transaction device within the network, and that's what you're essentially, if you're buying Ethereum, you're either buying it to hold it to watch the value increase and eventually become a deflationary asset, or you're using it to do other things. So what do people use it for? So the top right now, another thing that's cool about ultrasound.money is we got this top 10 kind of structure here that tells us what's being burned the most, and which obviously, if it's being burned the most, it's the most used thing on the Ethereum network. So top of the line here is OpenSea. OpenSea is a market for NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. Non-fungible tokens are primarily digital pieces of art that could be music, that could be video, they could be a JPEG, and a lot of them actually are just simple pieces of digital art like a JPEG that are being traded, bought, purchased. In fact, Visa just bought a CryptoPunk last month for an insane amount of money. I want to say it was $150,000 or something like that. So that is one of the things you can use with Ethereum, is to buy these non-fungible tokens. It's just like going to an auction and buying a piece of art or a sculpture. You're purchasing this in the extent that you're hoping it's going to go up in value in the future. So Ether transfers, it's amazing that OpenSea is higher than the Ether transfers. Ether transfers is just wallet to wallet. So if I move Ethereum from my Coinbase, which is essentially a digital wallet, to say my MetaMask account, which is another Ethereum wallet, kind of, this MetaMask, if you haven't heard of, is kind of the go-between, most ubiquitous go-between method for transferring Bitcoin into different applications. So I'm using Chrome here because MetaMask has a Chrome extension that makes transfer of ETH super simple and thankfully very secure. I don't personally keep, just a word of advice, I don't personally keep a lot of Ethereum in my MetaMask because although I do believe it is secure, it's more of a transfer device rather than a long-term hold sort of wallet. Think of it like the wallet in your back pocket or your front pocket, if you purse, whatever it is. Do you keep a ton of cash in your MetaMask? I don't personally keep a ton in my wallet, my pocket, nor do I keep a lot in my MetaMask account. It's just that it's a transfer method for me. I pull some out of my Coinbase or my bank account. I put it in my wallet and I'm going to go use it at the grocery store, or I'm going to, go use it to buy a video game, which I'm going to show you in a second here, how to purchase NFTs in a video game that will actually, can be looked at as a business of sorts. A play to earn game has been built on top of the Ethereum network. In fact, many have, but the most popular is Axi Infinity right here, which is top 5 of all burned Ethereum has been burned in this play to earn game called Axi Infinity. So one of the other things that's most popular here is the Uniswap. Uniswap is one of many exchanges. It's decentralized. It doesn't need SEC approval, these sorts of things, although the SEC is talking directly to Uniswap right now to try and leverage their authority on them. But we're hoping good things come out of this. I'm sure they'll squeeze them somehow, but I'm hoping for a less regulation than more, obviously. And really, what can they do? It's a decentralized blockchain. It's out there in the world. People are using it. Even if they, even if the SEC were to shut down the organization that is Uniswap, the Uniswap protocol will still live on Ethereum. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. So Uniswap, just so you're aware, is a really simple, has a really simple interface. And this is where, just like in Coinbase, you can buy Ethereum, you can swap it into another coin. You can even directly buy like the Uniswap token itself. Uniswap is a decentralized way of purchasing these tokens and offers quite a few chances for you to get different coins than you might be able to get on Coinbase. So I highly recommend swapping on Uniswap. Uniswap is actually a really great place to avoid some of the fees that you can get when transacting. Sometimes you can find higher or lower gas fees in Uniswap than you can find in other exchanges. So I do recommend that because there's no central authority. I think the costs actually end up being a little bit better for you. Right now, if I could change my 0.035 Ethereum that I have in Uniswap into something else. 0.03 is about, I think it's about $10 right now, based on a almost $4,000 Ethereum. We're just under $10 on a 0.035. So anyway, I could swap that into Compound. Let's just show you what that looks like actually. So let's do a 0.03, and let's say we want to do Compound. It's loading right now. I'm not sure why it's taking so long. All right, we're just gonna do comp. Come on. All right, let's do comp. Selected. All right, so oh, I was wrong. 0.03 is actually quite a bit more than I thought. 0.003 would have been about $10. 0.03 is $118. If we wanted to switch that into comp or Compound, the Compound network, we're looking at about 0.25. I think comp right now is in the neighborhood of like $450 per coin. Comp is, like I said, that one of those Ethereum applications where you can actually deposit a certain amount of coin and loan it out. So, or you can go and get a loan from Compound, similar to you could at a bank, but obviously there's no looking into your credit history, these sorts of things. There's what you do is you put a collateral in, and they give you a collateralized loan based on what you're depositing in, and or you can get interest based on how much you put into the protocol to loan out. So that's pretty cool. back to ultrasound money. The next thing in the top 5 or top 10 here is Tether. Tether is a coin that is pegged to the US dollar. So a lot of people, I think Tether is more ubiquitous with the Binance Smart Chain. USDC is the same thing. USDC is what you see more often in Coinbase. It just depends on what DEX you're looking at and what exchange you're working with to see if you're going to use more Tether or you're going to use more USDC. Tether is USDT. I mean, it's just a different US currency dollar based token pegged to the dollar, like I said, and it's just the way to transact back and forth between your Ethereum, and if you want to put it in your wallet and transfer US dollar amounts into a different wallet or into a different app, you're going to want to buy USDT, put it in your MetaMask, transfer it over to an exchange, and then exchange it there. Instead of doing, if you wanted to, you could, for example, buy Ethereum in Coinbase, put it in your MetaMask, switch it over to Uniswap, and then get USDT for, whatever reason you might need it. USDT and USDC, Tether and USD coin are the two most ubiquitous, pegged to the dollar stable coins is what they call them. So, and then the play to earn, Axi Infinity. Let's look into this real quick. So what is Axi Infinity, and how do you actually earn when you're playing Axi? Well, here's the Axi Infinity website. If you go to the marketplace, here's where you actually purchase your NFTs. These are not just characters in a game. You're actually purchasing these NFT unique to you Axis or little Tamagotchi or Pokemon looking figures that battle against each other. And when you play Axi Infinity, you're actually playing 3. Let's look at it this way. If you're in the arena, you're playing your 3 Axis against 3 other Axis of another opponent. That would be a human opponent on somewhere else in the world, and you're competing for rank in the leaderboards. And each, every 6 weeks or so, Axi puts out a new leaderboard for and prizes for those the top winners in this leaderboard. Right now, it's the top 1,000 get a certain amount of AXS token, which is the Axi Infinity token. AXS right now is about $75 a token at the time of this recording, and the top player I think gets like 300,000 ASX or something crazy like that. So it's if you're really good at this game, which it is pretty challenging, you have to know what body parts make different cards. Let's look back at these here. Like each one of these has these cards that you play against each other, and when you're playing, you're using these cards to attack or defend, to gain energy, to use more cards. Very similar to playing Pokemon, or if you're an elder millennial like myself, Magic the Gathering. So we're using these cards to fight each other, and whoever's last standing in the arena gets ranked higher. So each time you win, you get ranked up, and if you're in the top 1,000, you actually make money from Axi Infinity in the form of AXS tokens, which you can go and transfer into Coinbase and get actual US dollars, which is pretty amazing. You can also, a cool thing that Axi is doing to continue to create new NFTs is breed them. And some people are breeding these Axis, each one of them at $300 plus for a pure Axi, and you can breed them using AXS and this small love potions that you win inside of the arena and the adventure mode to breed these, and creating new and unique characters. Some of them are trying to get more pure breeds. Some of them are trying to get these crazy meta breeds that have different cards, and really to create this sort of chess game of these 3-on-3 arena Axis. Adventure mode is a little bit different. You're playing against these what they call Chimera, or the bad guys is all I can say what it really is. So, you take these cards, you throw them at the Chimeras, you end your turn here, and you wait for the carnage to ensue. So this is just one of the many ways that you can use Ethereum on the blockchain. I'm personally invested in this game. It's blowing up like crazy. I mean, being in the top 10 of the burn rate of the Ethereum really says a lot for the game. If you go to axiinfinity.com, the marketplace, and look at the dashboard, these stats are insane. The total volume of purchased and of Ethereum used to purchase and breed and all these things in Axi has been $21 million. Axi's been around for, I think, since like late 17, maybe mid 18. Don't know exactly when it started, but it's just coming into its own. People are in the last 30 days, $1 billion. Oh my gosh. What? How is that even possible? Oh, I was looking at the last 7. So 168 million was spent in the last 7 days. That is insane, you guys. In the last 30, they don't even give you like an all-out showing in like what they've. Wow, $1 billion is the total volume of ETH spent in the last 30 days on Axi Infinity. That is insane. 1.8 million little Axis have been sold in the marketplace. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is gonna be, your kids are gonna be talking about this really, really soon. I promise. With school back in session right now, the next phase of this, you can only play this on. If you're an iPhone user, unfortunately, you can't play this on your mobile device. I do believe there is a mobile version for Android. I'm an Apple guy, so I've been playing on my laptop. Once this hits the iPhone, it's game over. Like, that's why I'm breeding. I'm creating new Axis for new players. I think the ratio of players to Axis right now is only about 4 or 5. So that means how many players, to come into the Axi universe are going to need new Axis to play with. And so with each player needs 3. So if you don't have at least 3 per player, you're going to have to make more. So, the price will likely only go up. And with the price of Ethereum going up, when you buy an Axi at, 0.01, you're looking at, typically you're going to find an Axi in the neighborhood of 0.1. So 0.1, last month was like $250. Well, 0.1 now is quite a bit closer to $400. So, with the price of Ethereum rising, with the popularity of the network, with the popularity of Axi Infinity in general, you're just going to see more and more people flocking to this, and the investment, guys, for me, in my opinion, is there. So anyway, I'm having fun. I'm getting my SLP on the daily, buying AXS from Coinbase, bringing it over to Axi Infinity, breeding some Axis. And in fact, I'll be doing a video on Axi Infinity in particular coming up in the next couple weeks, as I have a new egg that'll be revealed. If I go to my account here, I have currently 5 Axis in my inventory, including one in egg form. So I've breeded these 2 plants together, and we're looking forward to seeing what sort of purity we're going to get between those 2. And I did not buy any SLP, guys. I played to get my SLP, which, if you're into this, for some reason I get props for that. So anyway, going on to the price of Ethereum, why invest in Ethereum? Well, you guys, look at the history of this. This is the last year of Ethereum price. Ethereum in August of 2020 was $418. Well, the current price of Ethereum is up to nearly $4,000, $3,900, and we're just getting started. The network volume has never been so much. The apps that are being created, Axi Infinity, Uniswap V3 is the next version coming out soon. It's already in the top 10. Actually, I'm sorry, it's out and is being used. Obviously, Uniswap V3 is just under Axi Infinity as far as ETH burn. 1inch is another exchange, and we're just seeing a lot of new and unique ways of using the network. OpenSea in particular, oh my gosh, the NFT space has just gone off, and that's why we're seeing the hike in the Ethereum price. And not only that, with the ETH 2.0 coming, the proof of staking being holding your Ethereum. If you want to be a staking node, if you want to help decentralize this network even more, you need to be holding at least 32 Ethereum and have a dedicated, computer rig to the blockchain. And these will be the new mining rigs, if you will, the holding on to your Ethereum and helping secure the network, having copies of the network on your nodes. And guys, when that goes live, we'll be creating less Ethereum than we're burning, and we've already had one day in the last 30 where Ethereum was deflationary because of the burn rate being so high. It burned more than were created in that day, and it's just an exciting and lucrative space to be in right now, from my opinion. Again, this is not financial advice. If you've gained value from this video, please hit the like button for the algorithm. Go subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get all my videos straight to your notifications on your mobile device or on your computer. So thanks for watching. Again, my name is Aaron Ward, and this is All Things ETH. This video is brought to you by the fantastic coffee roasters, Friedrichs. Friedrichs Coffee Roasters is local to me. I got my my cold brew here. Focus. There we go. I'm sorry, most people aren't local to Friedrichs, but you can you can't have your cold brew made for you at a local shop, but you can go to Friedrichs.com. That's FRIEDRICHS coffee.com, and purchase coffee anywhere in the continental United States. Go shop, get some coffee beans. These are roasted to order, guys. They're specialty beans from all over the world. You can get farm specific. You can get cold brew, like I'm showing you right here, and you can get them in wholesale and retail quantities. If you do buy 12-ounce bags of coffee, I got a little secret for you. There's a $5 charge when you have them shipped to anywhere in the continental United States. Well, with this code, FREESHIPUSA, that's FREESHIPUSA, at checkout, you can get that $5 taken off your bill. So that means free shipping anywhere in the continental United States, shipped right to your door at its peak freshness, roasted to order. They roast a couple times a week. They send it out that day, and it gets to you. If you're in the Midwest, you'll get it usually within 24 hours. If you're on the coast, up to 3 days is the max that they send them out, and you'll receive them. And I'm telling you guys, this is great coffee. If you're a coffee lover, go over to Friedrichs.com. Thanks for the sponsorship, Friedrichs, and we will see you in the next video.